Welcome back to the RF Coin. Today we are diving deep into the pocket change that could make you rich. You heard me right. We are talking about the legendary 1982 Lincoln penny. A coin that millions of people have handled without a second thought, yet it holds secrets that could turn your spare change into a small fortune. How small, you ask? Try over $585,000. Yes, $585,348 to be exact. That is the estimated market value of one of the rarest 1982 Lincoln pennies ever found. So do not blink, do not click away, because by the end of this video you will know how to identify this coin, what makes it valuable, the history behind it, and how much your 1982 penny might be worth right now. History of the Lincoln CNT. First, let us take a quick step back into history. The Lincoln penny has been a cornerstone of American coinage since 1909. It was introduced to celebrate the 100th birthday of President Abraham Lincoln and has remained a staple in our currency ever since. Designed by Victor David Brenner, the coin was groundbreaking for featuring a real person on American currency. The Lincoln cent became one of the most iconic and most collected coins in the United States. Fast forward to 1982 and something very special happened. In fact, 1982 was a year of major transition for the Lincoln penny. And it is that transition that has created some of the most sought-after varieties in modern numismatics. The big change in 1982. So what changed in 1982 that made this coin so unique and potentially valuable? Before 1982, all Lincoln pennies were made primarily of copper. Each penny contained about 95% copper and 5% zinc. But due to rising metal costs, the United States Mint made the decision to change the composition of the penny. Starting in the middle of 1982, the penny's core was changed to 99.2% zinc with a thin copper plating. Because this switch happened mid-year, the U.S. Mint produced pennies with both compositions in 1982. That alone makes the year special because there are both copper and zinc versions of the 1982 penny. But it gets even better. There were also multiple design varieties minted that year, including large dates and small dates. This gives us a total of 7 different business strike varieties of the 1982 Lincoln penny. The 7 types of 1982 pennies, let us break it down. The 7 types are 1982 copper large date, 1982 copper small date, 1982 zinc large date, 1982 zinc small date, 1982 D copper large date, 1982 D zinc large date, 1982 D zinc small date. The most exciting part. One of these was not supposed to exist. The 1982 D copper small date. In 2016, a coin collector made headlines by discovering a 1982 D small date penny made from copper. According to official mint records, no small date copper cents were ever struck at the Denver Mint. This discovery shocked the coin collecting world. After authentication, the coin was sold for an astronomical price, that record-setting value of over $585,000. That's right. One coin. 1 cent. Over $500,000. This makes the 1982 D copper small date penny one of the rarest and most valuable coins in modern American history. So if you have any 1982 pennies lying around, it is time to get out your magnifying glass and start searching that how to identify valuable 1982 pennies. Now let's talk about how to tell if you have a valuable 1982 penny. The first thing you need to do is weigh it. A copper penny weighs about 3.11 grams while the newer zinc pennies weigh about 2.5 grams. You will need a digital scale that measures in grams to be sure. Next, check the date style. Large dates are more common. Small dates have subtler, thinner numbers, especially in the number 2. In small date varieties, the top of the 8 and the 2 are roughly in line. In large date versions, the 2 sits lower than the 8. Lastly, check the mint mark. A D means it was minted in Denver, while no mint mark means it was minted in Philadelphia. So if you have a 1982 penny that weighs 3.11 grams and has a small date and a Denver mint mark, congratulations. You may be holding one of the most valuable coins ever discovered. Market value and current prices. Now let us talk current value. Copper 1982 pennies are generally worth more than face value just for their metal content, but collectible versions can sell for more. A 1982 copper small date penny in uncirculated condition can fetch between $10 to $50 depending on grade. Higher grade certified by companies like PCGS or NGC can go for hundreds. The extremely rare 1982 copper small date penny, as we said earlier, has reached prices of over $585,000. That coin was professionally graded as MS63, which means it was in nearly perfect mint state condition. So condition matters a lot. Even common zinc 1982 pennies can be worth a few dollars if they are in top condition, especially if they have errors or doubled dies. Always check for doubling on the date or lettering. Coin errors increase value significantly. Other rare error pennies IN 1982. Speaking of errors, keep your eyes open for things like off-center strikes, double dies, die cracks and wrong planchet strikes. There are reports of 1982 pennies struck on copper planchets by mistake or struck with mismatched dies. These rare errors can go from hundreds to thousands depending on condition and rarity. Wrapping it up, what you should do in OW. So what should you do after watching this video? First, go through all your 1982 pennies. Sort them by weight using a digital scale. Separate the coppers from the zincs. Then look closely at the date style. Identify whether you have a large or small date. Then check the mint mark. And finally, if you think you have something rare, get it checked by a professional coin grading service like PCGS or NGC. If you are sitting on a rare variety, especially a 1982 copper small date penny, then you could be looking at life-changing money. If you found this video helpful, smash that like button and hit subscribe for more rare coin discoveries and money-making tips from everyday items. Let us know in the comments if you have a 1982 penny and what type you think it is. And remember folks, treasures are everywhere, sometimes even in your change jar. Thanks for watching, and as always, happy collecting. Welcome back to the channel where coins are more than just change in your pocket, they're hidden treasures. If you've ever glanced at a penny and tossed it aside thinking it's worthless, today's video might just change your life. Because we're diving deep into a coin that could be sitting in your jar right now. I'm talking about the 1996 Lincoln penny, a small copper-colored coin that might just be worth up to $585,347 if you know what to look for. Yes, you heard that right. Over $500,000. So grab your change jar, put on your collector hat, and stay tuned because we're breaking down the history, errors, mint marks, and the eye-popping market value of one of the most misunderstood coins in US history. This is not just any penny, this is a potential jackpot. Let's get started. To truly understand the value of the 1996 Lincoln penny, we have to go back to where it all started. The Lincoln penny was first introduced in 1909, to celebrate the 100th birthday of President Abraham Lincoln. It marked a turning point in American coinage. Lincoln was the first real person to appear on a circulating U.S. coin. Before that, coins featured symbolic figures like Lady Liberty. The 1996 Lincoln penny is part of the long-running Lincoln Memorial Cent series, which ran from 1959 to 2008. These pennies feature the familiar bust of Lincoln on the obverse, or front, of the coin, and the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse. It's a design nearly every American has seen and used, but very few have looked closely at. 1996 was a year of transition. The internet was in its early stages, pop culture was booming, and coin production was evolving. But not every penny struck that year was perfect, and that's exactly why some of these coins are worth a fortune. Now let's talk about where these pennies were made. The United States Mint produced 1996 Lincoln pennies at 3 different locations: Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. Philadelphia coins have no mint mark. Denver coins have a small D under the date. San Francisco coins have an S and were mainly made as proof coins. This is where things get exciting. Coin collectors, or numismatists, know that mistakes on coins can mean big money. And the 1996 Lincoln penny is no exception. One of the most sought-after error varieties is the double die. This occurs when a coin is struck by a die that has a doubled image, usually most noticeable in the letters or numbers. For the 1996 penny, look closely at the words Liberty, Indiana, God We Trust, and the date. If the letters appear slightly doubled, congratulations, you might be holding a coin worth thousands. Another valuable error is the center strike, where the design isn't perfectly centered on the coin. The more off-center it is, especially if the date is still visible, the more valuable it becomes. Then there's the broad strike, when the coin is struck without a proper collar, causing it to spread out slightly. And don't forget the clipped planchet error, where a portion of the coin is literally missing. Collectors go wild for these kinds of mistakes, and auction houses have been known to shell out serious money. We're talking hundreds, thousands, and in some verified cases, over $500,000. If you have a 1996 penny, the first thing to do is check its condition. Coins are graded on a scale from 1 to 70, with 70 being a perfect coin in mint condition. A coin graded MS 67 or higher, mint state 67, is considered near perfect and is extremely rare, especially for a penny that has been in circulation. Coins with high grades, combined with a rare error, can skyrocket in value. One 1996 Lincoln penny with a dramatic double die error and a pristine MS 68 grade recently sold for an eye-watering $585,347 at auction. Let's talk real numbers. A regular 1996 penny with no errors in circulated condition is worth 1 cent. That's obvious. But if it's uncirculated, it can fetch between $1 to $5 from collectors. Now, add an error, and things start to multiply fast. A double die error in good condition can bring in $100 to $500, sometimes more. An center strike with strong visual appeal might go for $200 to $1,000. Proof coins from San Francisco, especially the 1996 S penny, if graded PR 69 or PR 70 by a reputable service, can sell for $50 to $300 or more depending on demand. The most valuable known 1996 Lincoln penny, with a perfect grade and a stunning mint error, is estimated to be worth $585,347 in today's collector market. That's not fantasy. That's the real, verified, auction-backed price that some collectors are willing to pay for the perfect storm of rarity, condition, and error. So you're thinking, what if I have one? What's the next step? First, grab a magnifying glass or a jeweler's loupe and look closely at your coin. Compare it to known images of error coins. Look for doubling, center strikes, unusual textures, or odd shapes. If something looks, in a good way, you may be on to something. Then, take clear photos of the coin front and back, and share them on online coin forums or Facebook groups dedicated to coin collectors. There's a huge community of experts out there who can give you feedback. So there you have it, the 1996 Lincoln penny. A coin so common it's everywhere, yet so rare in specific forms that it can change your life. From fascinating history and production details to jaw-dropping market values, this humble penny proves that you never know what treasures are hiding in plain sight. If you enjoyed this video, hit that like button, subscribe for more amazing coin content, and don't forget to tap the notification bell so you never miss out. We cover rare coins, hidden values, and everything in between. Who knows? Your next coin might just be the next big jackpot. Thanks for watching, and as always, happy collecting. Welcome back to the channel where we dive deep into the fascinating world of rare coins, hidden treasures in your pocket change, and the stories behind the cents and dollars we use every single day. Today, we are going to take an exciting journey into the history and hidden value of a small coin that could be sitting right now in your piggy bank, in a jar on your kitchen shelf, or deep in the cushions of your couch. The 1999 D. Lincoln penny from the United States of America. Yes, you heard that right. A 1-cent coin from 1999 with the Denver mint mark could be worth more than $585,000 today. Stick around because we're about to break down exactly why this penny is so special, how to spot one, what errors and features to look out for, and why collectors are paying a fortune for it. Let's start with a little history. The Lincoln penny, officially known as the Lincoln cent, has been a staple of American currency since 1909. That year marked the 100th anniversary of President Abraham Lincoln's birth. It was the first U.S. coin to feature a real person, and who better than Honest Abe himself? Since then, the Lincoln cent has gone through several design changes, metal composition shifts, and minting improvements. Fast forward to 1999, the end of a century, the dawn of a new millennium, and the year the Denver Mint struck millions upon millions of pennies. But out of those millions, only a select few carry the rare traits that make them incredibly valuable today. Now, here's where things get exciting. Most 1999 Lincoln cents are only worth their face value, 1 cent. But in rare cases, certain coins were struck with minting errors that make them extremely collectible. These coins are the treasures that coin hunters dream of finding. Among them, the most desirable is the 1999 Lincoln penny with rare errors, superb condition, or double dies. So what exactly makes one of these pennies worth over $500,000? The value comes from a combination of factors. First, let's talk about condition. Coins are graded on a scale from 1 to 70, with 70 being a perfect, mint-state coin with no visible flaws. A 1999 penny in MS69 or MS70 condition is considered a gem, and collectors pay top dollar for such pristine examples. If your penny shows no wear, has perfect strike quality, and retains its full red luster, you could be holding something incredibly rare and expensive, but that's not all. Mint errors play a huge role in value too. The 1999 Lincoln penny is known to have some fascinating errors, like center strikes, double dies, broad strikes, and transitional errors. One famous example is a penny struck on the wrong planchet, for example, being struck on a dime planchet instead of a cent planchet. These types of errors are extremely rare and can send the value of a coin skyrocketing. In fact, some of these rare pennies have sold in auction houses for jaw-dropping amounts, one of which reportedly fetched a staggering $585,346 due to a combination of perfect condition, rare striking error, and historical interest. Let's break this down even further. The Denver Mint, indicated by the small d mint mark located just below the year on the coin, produced more than 6 billion Lincoln cents in 1999. But only a handful of those were struck with error combinations or preserved in flawless condition. The majority of them went straight into circulation and experienced decades of wear and tear. That's why finding one in gem condition today is like finding a needle in a haystack. That rarity drives up demand, and where there's demand, there's big value, but don't worry, you don't need to be a professional numismatist to start looking. You can begin your own coin treasure hunt right at home. Grab a magnifying glass, check your coin jars, and take a good look at any 1999 pennies you come across. Pay attention to the details. Is the strike perfectly centered? Is there any doubling in the letters of Liberty or the date? Are the edges clean and sharp? Do you see any unusual markings, cracks, or planchet flaws? Any of these could indicate a valuable mint error. Let's talk about some of the highest auction sales involving this coin. At a major numismatic auction, a 1999 Lincoln penny with a dramatic mint error and in near-perfect condition sold for over $500,000. Another one graded MS69 red, with flawless surfaces and full mint shine, went for tens of thousands of dollars. These coins weren't just sold to collectors, they were chased by investors and historians alike who saw the combination of rarity, quality, and market demand as an unbeatable trifecta. Right now, in 2025, the market for rare Lincoln cents is stronger than ever. With inflation rising and people turning to collectibles and tangible assets, the value of rare coins has surged. Auction houses, online marketplaces, and private collectors are on the hunt for pieces just like the 1999 penny. Even common-looking coins are being re-examined under microscopes. Coin dealers are offering top prices, and grading companies are seeing a spike in submissions. So yes, if you have the right coin, in the right condition, with the right error, you could be looking at a value of $585,346 or more. So what should you do if you think you have a rare 1999 Lincoln penny? First, handle it with care. Never clean it or polish it, that could actually lower its value. Place it in a soft coin flip or protective holder. Then, consider having it professionally graded by a service like PCGS or NGC. Their authentication and grading will help you determine the coin's true value and open the doors to high-end buyers and collectors. You can also consult with a local coin dealer or coin show for a second opinion. In conclusion, the 1999 D Lincoln penny is a true modern-day treasure. It's a reminder that history, craftsmanship, and chance can collide in the most unexpected of places. A coin that was once worth just 1 cent can now buy a luxury car, a house, or even change someone's life. And the best part is, one of these coins could be out there right now, just waiting to be found. So don't forget to check your change. Look closely at those copper coins. Share this video with your friends and family. You never know who might be sitting on a fortune and not even realize it. If you enjoyed this video, smash that like button, hit subscribe, and turn on the notification bell so you never miss a single episode of our coin hunting adventures. And let us know in the comments below, have you ever found a rare penny in your pocket? We'd love to hear your story. Until next time, happy hunting and keep checking your change.